Ready? Buzz! Get out of the way. Buzz, come on. Yeah.
Stay, Buzz. Stay.
That's not my progress pictures. Check out the date here. If you do the math, which I just did, that's 11 weeks out. Oops. I don't know where I was getting my counting from. This is so typical of me. So you guys, surprise! I'm 11 weeks out from the show in Kyle on October 17th. So that's a little, I mean, it doesn't make a huge difference. I feel like I'm at a good place, but it does kind of like flash forward a little bit. So I need to be sure and kind of make sure make sure my ass is in gear, really. So 11 weeks out. Sorry for the confusion. I know I already changed my show date and now it's like 14 weeks out. Whoops, just kidding. 11 weeks out. Just hopping in our little time machine and speeding up the timeline a little bit. I really don't know how I thought of, I don't know. Regardless, 11 weeks out. I'm glad to have y'all along. It's gonna be a fun ride, so get ready. I hope y'all enjoy the video. Not feeling it today. I think I might be getting sick. My voice is hoarse. It's like 6:40 and we've done bench press and incline bench.
And that's it?
And I have one more set and then we're gonna go home because I'm really tired and just not feeling up to it today. I don't know what it is. Just one of those mornings. But I'm gonna come back later and finish a chest and arm workout and maybe some cardio later with Matt at the apartment. So we'll see. Maybe I'll take a nap. See if I feel a little bit better. Kind of a bummer workout this morning. Coffee makes everything better. Look what the gas station has. Haven't had this one yet. I put 4 of these and 2 of these and like 8 Splendas in my coffee. It is Wednesday evening. I'm heading home from my parents' house, and to be completely honest with you guys, my anxiety is actually not so great right now. So to keep my mind off of things, I'm going to talk to this camera. We went to lunch at Logan's, and I went with my mom and dad, and actually have some plans for dinner, and I wasn't really have a big meal, so I got they have like a vegetable plate where you can just get 4 sides. So I went ahead and started out with a salad, took off the croutons and the cheese, and had a honey mustard dressing on the side, a plain sweet potato and broccoli and fries. And I did look everything up in MyFitnessPal and went ahead and logged it. Macros might slightly be off, but you know, that's kind of the risk that you have to be willing to take whenever you go out to eat, and that is part of, you know, prepping. And as I get closer and closer to the show, I will probably be eating out less and less for that reason. And it's not because I can't, but it's just because there's a lot of variables that can go into the meal. And you know, MyFitnessPal might say that it's a certain macronutrient count, but the cook that made it added extra oil, or they gave you a larger portion of chicken or fries or whatever it is. There's a lot of variables that can go into it, so a lot of things can be inaccurate. It was good. for today, but I'll just kind of tweak my carbs a bit to keep my calories the same. But I'm almost home. This has actually helped me a lot. Might start doing this more, vlogging more about my anxiety. That anxiety is something that so many people deal with, and you know, a lot of people try and sweep it under the rug, but you know, I'm not embarrassed of it. It's part of me, it's part of my daily struggles, and it's part of, you know, my battles that I'm working through at this time, and it's a big part of my fitness journey as well. So, I will see you on the next clip. Guess where we're going? We are going to IHOP for breakfast. We already worked out. And it's back. Got some footage. I'm gonna go meet a friend at IHOP for breakfast. And I already planned out what I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get the Harvest and Grain blueberry pancakes with turkey bacon, egg whites, sugar-free syrup. I already logged it. I'm gonna have coffee and some cream. I'm really, really hungry, so it's gonna be delicious. But see you guys later. We're gonna go enjoy breakfast. Proof that my hair is fixed today. I think this is the first time in like 6 months that I've actually fixed my hair, and it's done, but it's leg day, so it's not gonna last long. So I wanted proof of this, and I wanted to show you guys that sometimes I actually look normal and I don't always have a weird rat's nest going on up top. So here it is. My hair is done, my hair is fixed. I'll show you guys the aftermath though, so it'll probably be pretty funny. I'm gonna go smash some legs. There we go, that's better. This is my workout hair. It collects little water droplets. So gross, I know. Ugh. Oh yeah. Just too much to handle. I know. This is what happens whenever I try and then I have a good workout. Go, let's go! Go, go, go! Friday night dinner with that thing. Say hi. That's Buzz. There's Roman. Cute. Oh, no, the tablecloth is so. You guys, we're going to play tennis right now. We haven't played tennis in like 2 years. It's really hot. I don't know how long we'll be able to stay out here. And we just worked out at the gym. But we're gonna give it a try. So I'm gonna take my GoPro and show you guys some tennis. Please don't make fun of me because it's been a while since I played.
He's like, I'm almost done now. He's making me put more work in. Yeah. What's going on, everybody? My name is GoodyBeats, but go by Logan Delgado. Working out with Blueberry Fitness. Actually, I've seen her channel, follow her on Instagram, big fan of hers, and it's really cool that I finally get to meet her. But we'll definitely be collabing here soon, guys. So, two Sam Martians and their YouTube channel is going to collide. It's good to finally meet fellow YouTubers because they're few and far between, especially here in this town.
Heck yeah. So y'all go follow him. He's on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, all that stuff.
Twitter.
He's got it all. He's really, really good about posting on every single one. So yeah, y'all go check him out. He's got some awesome videos. Works out here in San Marcos too.
Yeah.
So y'all keep an eye out. We'll probably be seeing each other again.
Yeah, absolutely.
What is up, you guys? It is Monday afternoon. I am driving to the grocery store right now, and I'm going to show you guys some footage from my leg day this morning. And while I do, I'm going to give you guys a nice little update on contest prep and how it's going right now. So the last few weeks have been kind of strange because I'm sure you guys know I've been struggling on and off with my anxiety. And then before that, I had a bladder infection. So, and then this week I've got some allergy issues that I'm dealing with, but it's nothing that hinders workouts or anything like that. I've just got kind of some congestion. But you know, so I've kind of had a few things come up in the last few weeks that didn't really get in my way, but they did slow down the workouts just a bit. I still stuck to my macros. I'm still hitting those just fine and consistently. And they're still high enough to where I'm not craving anything spectacular. So, you know, I haven't really been struggling on that aspect yet. Now, don't get me wrong, I do crave certain foods, and I do want to be able to eat unlimited ice cream, you know, and things like that. Things that everybody, I'm sure, feels like they want to do. But, you know, in terms of dieting in general, it's nice to not feel crazy restricted. You know, I do have to make a little more conscious food decisions because my fats aren't as high as, you know, some other people, or I can't quite fit in just about anything to my macros. Most foods are high in fat, so it's harder for me to fit higher fat foods into my macros and justify it. Anyway, so macros are going well. Workouts are still going pretty well. I've had a few days where I just wasn't feeling it, and I don't know if that's just because of the combination of my anxiety or being on the antibiotics for my bladder infection or my recent allergies. But there were a couple workouts that I just kind of had to grind through and just wasn't motivated. And, you know, we all have those days where you just get to the gym and have to go through the motions. There's no crazy passion. You don't go in feeling like you're on top of the world. You know, it's not necessarily a bad workout. You're just kind of blah. And it's kind of like a Monday, you know, nothing spectacular, just kind of pushing through. But I do feel that those workouts, it is super important to push through and to make sure that you're still pushing yourself, because, you know, I have a lot of workouts like that where I just kind of have to mentally shut off and just go through the workout. You know, my motivation isn't crazy high, or maybe I'm not feeling 100% that day, but that's a lot of workouts. And if you were to half-ass each of those workouts just because you didn't feel 100% up to it, think about the potential that you're missing out on. You know, that that's a good 3 or 4 workouts every few weeks that you could either half-ass or you could whole-ass. You know, if you're putting only half of your efforts into it, you're going to get half the results. And if you do that consistently, you're not going to be where you could potentially be. So I've kind of had to push through some of those days. Had a few good workouts in between. Yesterday was actually a just awesome workout. Everything felt good. Whenever I was doing my squats, my hips were not tight like they have been, or, you know, not tight like they have been previously. Felt really good. The weights I was moving felt really good. So everything, you know, from yesterday's workout felt pretty awesome. And it's nice to have those workouts now and again, but realistically, they don't happen every day. And as much as I love working out and lifting, I'm not always super motivated. So you just kind of, you know, you have to find deep down what really motivates you. And on those days, you have to just focus on it. And it might not give you an aha moment and make you, you know, put everything into that workout, but it will get you to finish, and that's the biggest part. So workouts are going pretty well. Had a few iffy ones here and there. Finally coming through, though, that my anxiety is so much better. I don't know if it's the new medicine that I'm on or just kind of pushing through, and, you know, I've been praying about it a lot lately. Whatever it is, I'm feeling so much better, so much more at ease. I'm sleeping a lot better at night. You know, my appetite was actually pretty crappy there for a while, and I think a lot of it had to do with my anxiety, which is weird because I normally can eat through anything. It doesn't matter what I'm going through. I'm always ready to eat. But so, you know, feeling so much better. We've had some really good weekends from all of the climbing that we've been doing, and, you know, we're 13 weeks out now, so that's 3 months, a very good amount of time. I think the thing that I struggle with most at this point is having to lower my macros. And, you know, you guys know that I love to eat, and I know that I love to eat, and kind of that daunting feeling of needing to drop my macros, and it's probably going to be pretty soon here, kind of makes me anxious, but not in the way that my anxiety has been lately. A little sad inside, but gonna have to suck it up, gonna have to do it. I will keep you guys updated. At this point, I haven't tweaked my macros since the 10K challenge, just because that was such a different thing to throw at my body. And I'm not going to lie, it was kind of risky to throw that in during contest prep. I know a lot of people were kind of concerned for me, but being a week after, my weight is back down to what it was the morning of. The average weight that I'm hitting per week is a little higher still, but I do think a lot of that I'm still kind of leveling out. So I might give it another week or so, maybe a few more days. And if the weight's not consistently coming back down, for my weekly average, I will probably have to drop my macros soon. My workouts are pretty intense, and I feel like my volume is high enough to where I don't really need to add in a ton of cardio yet. I'm kind of holding back on that because I do like to use it just as an extra tool versus something that I rely on for fat loss. So that's something that I want to be able to turn to, and, you know, it's just a little bonus thing that I can throw in there into the programming versus something that I throw in immediately and then have to continue doing every single day throughout the rest of the prep. Because, you know, 3 months is 90 days. That's a good amount of time. And if I'm doing, you know, 20 minutes of cardio a day now, imagine what that'll be in 3 months. So realistically, I don't want to throw that in just yet. Kind of holding back on that. But you know, I'm feeling great, you guys. This is, you know, like I say, I always want to be as open and honest about this whole process as possible. And at this point, I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling solid mentally, physically. I think I'm at such a good point right now, and so much of a better point than I was whenever I was planning to do that August show. So I'm excited. I'm ready. Just moving forward, moving along, and showing you guys as much as I can. So if you have any questions, or if you want to see anything in particular in regards to my prep, leave a comment below, and I will either include it in a video or I will respond to your comment, because I want to include as much information for you guys as possible about the way that I do my prep. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoy them, and I will talk to y'all soon.